Well, how's it going, everybody? I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. It has been a very bright and sunny day here in Texas, and already heading back up the warm temperatures again. The day after tomorrow and the day after that, now we're actually supposed to go all the way back up in the 80s. And that's Fahrenheit, of course, not Celsius. We will be cooking. But we're going all the way back up into the 80s again here at the end of December. Pretty crazy. Well, today we have been just doing actually what we've been doing for several days, and that's preparing for our exit out of here right after Christmas. And just out running all those little errands everywhere. And we had to do a little Christmas shopping because Melinda's sister is having a Christmas party, and we're doing exchange gifts where you draw names. And so we had to go get our gifts for exchanging. But it's a wonderful thing to go enjoy that with a bunch of Filipinos and Fil Ams and all. And so that'll make a nice send-off for us right before we leave to head back over to the Philippines. Well, talking about going to the Philippines, you know, we're a little nerve-wracked. We're a little wore out from all the steps and the changes and everything. It's really kind of messed up because we're flying out of here right after New Year's. Now, if anybody wants to know why we chose such a strenuous date of January the 3rd to fly out to the Philippines, and actually we fly out of Dallas on January the 2nd. We have one night that we're going to stay in LA and then on Philippine Airlines to Manila on January 3rd, landing Philippines January 4th because the time difference. Well, it's when I looked to book our tickets all the way back in September when I did it. There wasn't much available. I mean, it was pretty booked up even back then. And so I had to kind of take what was available. And there was some other stuff that was available, but the prices were like 2, 3, 4 times the price. So I took these, and I know it's a busy time of year. It's a really hectic time to fly. But I went ahead and took it, and that's what we got to deal with. But here's the trick. So we got to take that COVID test, the RT-PCR test, and it's got to be taken within 72 hours of your flight. Well, the trick on that is that, of course, we're flying out of Dallas on January 2nd. We fly out of the Philippines on January the 3rd. So we're already going to be traveling that day, so it's going to be kind of hard dealing with a test and all. And we don't want to get the results. And what if something comes back and one of us is positive and we're already all the way in LA and spent the money on a flight and hotel and everything there, and then have to try to get a flight back home. So then our choice is to get tested on January 1st and hope for the results back before we fly on January 2nd. And that's second is not our flight to the Philippines. Second's our flight from Dallas to LA. Well, everywhere we try to get a COVID test on the 1st, that's a holiday, you know, that's New Year's Day. And there's some places that would do it. They were going to charge us like $350 each to do a COVID test. It was considered expedited if we did it on January the 1st. So that puts us all the way back to December 31st. If we did it on December 31st, we could get it done for free. Absolutely for free. They're doing it for airlines and all flying. They're being subsidized by the government. And there's these labs everywhere in Dallas, all over the place that are doing them. And even locally here, but all of them. If it was January 1st, that's expedited. It's not a normal day. $350. I said, oh, no. So day before, day after, for free. So they're going to do our test late on December the 31st because our flight is early on January the 3rd there in LA. So they're going to do it late in the day. So when we get tested, we'll have within our 72-hour window, and we'll have time for the results before we have to fly out to Los Angeles. So if something came back unfavorable, well, then we have time to get all of our tickets and everything stopped and changed. So it's a little bit strenuous. I know it's kind of long drawn out telling that, but that is one of the things that we're running into at the moment of trying to fly right there near the holiday. Now we got our room booked of where we're going to stay. We're going to stay at City Garden in Makati, and we've already got that all booked up. They had like a quarantine package, and let me tell you this: if you're going to be going, there's a lot of quarantine hotels and all, and there's booking sites. But if you'll go to Agoda, go to agoda.com. That's a travel website for hotels and all, and look right there across the top, and there will be a little banner, and that's going to list quarantine hotels and also the specials those hotels are running for a quarantine package. So check that out. And they're really booking up, because when we were looking, it was pretty tough to book. The Philippines, they still consider a holiday all the way up to like January 9th, 10th, sometimes 15th is a still busy season. So you need to go check that out fast if you plan on going. Next thing we did is we went to the bank and we exchanged $100 bills for new $100 bills. So I took some money there to the bank and got that done, because in the Philippines, and I've covered this in a video in the past, they don't like to exchange any money that is not perfect. So if it has a little fold here, that's what we call a dog ear, they don't want it. If it's been creased down the middle, they may take it, but a lot of times they don't want it. If it's dirty, or it's got a little ink mark or a stamp front, rear, anywhere, they don't want it. If it's the older style bills, they don't want it. They want basically perfect money. And sometimes they'll exchange with you and it not be perfect. But and staple holes or anything like that, no holes punched, no tears, no frame. But sometimes they'll take one that maybe has a crease where it's been folded in a wallet. But if they do, some places, I'm not saying all will do it, but some places, if they do take it, they'll try to offer you a lower exchange rate for it. But I went and got some new bills today. The thing I hate about new bills is the fact that you got to be careful of them sticking together, and you may pass off 200s as 100, especially if you're in a hurry or not paying attention, and cheat yourself. So you need to be very careful of dealing with new money. Very, very careful. Make sure that you take the time and make sure these bills are separated, and but at the same time, you can't wrinkle them up or nothing, because then they don't want them. So there's your little tip right there. And while we're speaking about money, another tip is you can take 50s and you can take 20s and exchange them in the Philippines, but they don't want them. And like, they wouldn't even want these at all, because this one here looks pretty wrinkled up. See, the corner's been folded right here, dog-eared. See the wrinkles? They would frown on that. They would more likely take this one a little wrinkled than this one right here with the crease down the front of it. You see that? They don't want that. You see that dog ear fold and the crease? They don't want that. Again, pretty rough, wrinkled. They don't want it. Don't want it, don't want it. But just to give you an example though, the reason I have this other money out, they will take other denominations. Not all money changers will, but some will. 50s, 20s and all, 10s. But they're going to give you a lower exchange rate. You're not going to get full exchange rate on your dollars if it's the smaller bills. They just really don't want them. Especially 10s or 5s or 1s, they don't want it all. 20s and 50s, they will take, but like I say, they're going to try to offer you a less exchange rate. And we've been doing packing, getting suitcases ready, getting them weighed. I got my little scales out and making sure we got everything in order. And I've been getting my little carry-on ready here. I have my drone in it. which this isn't in place yet. I'm just setting it in there. I'll get it secured really nice. My drone, GoPros, other camera stuff, and I'll put my laptops in on this hard case suitcase as well, so they're not in my backpack. And we're also taking important documents, so like Philippine Airlines, our tickets, our American Airlines tickets, and things like our booking confirmation, because they're going to see that also. So you need to prove that you have the booking and your confirmation number for your quarantine stay. And I dumped out my backpack here that I always carry with me. This backpack has seen so many trips in many places, but I just dumped it all out here earlier, out of every pouch, every pocket. There's another GoPro, and getting it all cleaned up, reorganized, throwing away all the stuff I don't need to carry this time. So getting that all prepped, getting it prepped. Yeah, making sure that while we've been here that I didn't stick anything like a cigarette lighter or a pocket knife or anything like that in my bag. Because we do a little in the country traveling as well while we're here. So because of that, I thought, it's best I empty every pouch, every pocket, everything on this bag, because we did do some little road trips and stuff. And sure enough, I had one cigarette lighter. I don't smoke, but use it for campfires. And I had a pocket knife. So good thing I checked and got those out of here. You do not want to get to the airport and have something like that. And the next thing, lithium batteries. Like this is to my drone. This is to a small laptop. So I'm gonna have this little small laptop that I'm bringing, that I found it in one of the rent houses, and it had a bad hard drive. Good little HP laptop. Need a new hard drive. Ordered a hard drive for it for upgraded, better one for I think like $27 brand new. But since it's going to be in my check-in bags, you're not supposed to put lithium batteries in. Okay, so pull the battery out and put it in your carry-on. They want these lithium batteries in your carry-on, not in your check-in. It's another good tip. Another suggestion I can make is to mark your luggage. Mark it. Make it very visible. Personalize it. Like I take one of those paint pens and I write my name on the bags. Very big, very proud. So I can see it. Here again, it's got my name on it. It even has my address on it. So that way it can easily be identified by you as it's coming around on a carousel. But more importantly is that somebody else that has a bag similar doesn't mistakenly grab your bag. I had it to happen one time in Manila. It was an honest mistake. It was an older Filipino guy. He probably can't see real good or something. Assumed he had his bag, a black bag like this. It was probably this bag. And he was heading out of the airport with my bag. And I had to get a guard and chase after him. Not chase after him like he was running. He was just going on to meet up with his family and go home. And so you definitely need to be alert at the airport. Make sure that you're getting the right bag yourself, and make sure that others are getting their right bag too and not getting yours. So one of the best ways to do that is make it very noticeable, like writing your name, very bold, very conspicuous. You see here, even here with a black marker on this one, put your name on the bags. Put it right there when they grab it. They see and they know that, oops, I've got the wrong bag. Let's face it, airport can be a hectic place. People are tired, they're anxious. When they land, they're ready to get on to where they're going. And mistakes can be made, and that's probably where they'll be made. So eliminate those mistakes. I hope that these little tips that I'm giving help you out. Been traveling a lot of years, back and forth, sometimes many times per year until this world problem happened. I was many times a year. Sometimes I would count and find myself as many as 36 jets or so a year. Well, I'm gonna close this video out. It's a beautiful sunshiny day outside right now. I know that you never see our bedroom up here, but this is our bedroom, and hope that everyone is preparing for the holidays, preparing to have a very blessed and happy Christmas, and we're just so looking forward to preparing to get on that plane and head out of here and get back over there, see the family, see the house, see everything, and get back to where we're most happy. We are definitely most happy there. Everybody, take care and God bless.